Canelo, that's the bathroom. Canelo. You're leaving before the main event. You're leaving before the main event. Why? You don't want
Yeah,
to
I just come to see Jaime Munguia.
All right, Canelo. Like, stop. You know, come on, bro. You ain't had a balls to get in there and fight no damn Benavidez. And I know, come on, Canelo fans. Come on, Canelo fans. Bring it. For real. No, you didn't have the balls to get in there and fight Benavidez.
You have to act. You were trying to negotiate. You were trying to make that fight, right?
We couldn't get him to the table at all. Excuse after excuse.
Thank God he left, because otherwise he would have gotten really scared, you know? With that kind of performance, I would leave too, you know? But, you know, to be honest with you, David's a cruiserweight champion now, 3-division champion, you know? That guy's never gonna fight David, you know? I mean, David's the face of boxing now. It's his era, you know? Canelo is not the same no more. He's tired. Reflexes are not good, you know? The feet is not good no more. His power's not there anymore. I think he's gonna struggle with them, Billy, you know?
100%. So it's always like, you know, like always in boxing or whatever sport it is, everybody always has their arch nemesis. You know what I mean? So Canelo he's my arch nemesis basically. And yeah, well, that's exactly how it'd be. It'd be an unfortunate moment that never happened in boxing, but you know, if it doesn't happen, there's really nothing I can do about that. Now that Crawford came in and beat him, now it's like you don't know what Canelo's going to show up. If it's going to be an extremely prepared Canelo, or it's going to be a Canelo that doesn't really seem like he's hungry.
Yeah, he's going to come in, motherfucker.
Yeah. Then we're going to come down, we're going to make that fight with Bivol, and after that, we're fighting Beterbiev. So those are the 3 big fights, and, you know, I think I'm not going to shy away from no fight, you know.
David Benavidez has once again called out Canelo Alvarez, accusing him of continuing to dodge a long-awaited showdown. Now the backlash is getting louder, as Canelo was heavily booed during Cinco de Mayo celebrations, sparking fresh controversy and putting even more pressure on the Mexican superstar.
Fighter, and the one fighter he ducked was Benavidez, and I get why. Benavidez is huge.
It come across Benavidez wanted to fight Canelo when Canelo was at a level where if you're mean to me or if you disrespect me in promo trying to fight me, I'm not going to fight you. That was really made me feel bad for Benavidez, because it come across like, well, hold on, I'm out here trying to get a fight. I don't want to be your friend. Like, you know what I mean? Whatever it is I have to do, insult you. I'm old school. I'm chasing a fight. So I would say in that way, but you can't overlook the history of Canelo, because he's a Hall of Famer. He is a legend. He did accomplish everything. But I think him not fighting Benavidez, it will always leave a bad taste in us, in our mouths, you know?
Even boxing voices like Max Kellerman believe Canelo Alvarez stepped away from a fight with David Benavidez, while Mike Coppinger argues the situation is being viewed unfairly. As opinions continue to clash, the controversy surrounding the potential matchup keeps growing stronger.
He's done so much for this sport. He's one of the all-time greats. But yes, there is no defensible reason to have not fought David Benavidez. A couple of years from now, I think legacy, I don't think it'll be tarnished. You know, I think Canelo's legacy is cemented. So like Malik said, yes, you can have a gripe, rightfully so, with him not fighting Benavidez. But you look at Canelo fighting Dimitri Bivol at 175, and even Arizon Diglar, Austin Trout. I'm going to give him a pass here and say that his legacy will not be tarnished.
Canelo Alvarez has added even more fuel to the controversy after skipping the Cinco de Mayo main event, with fans reacting harshly and booing him during the build-up. The backlash has grown louder, with accusations flying that he is avoiding the spotlight due to fear, further intensifying the ongoing debate around his recent career decisions.
Not good, you know, the feet is not good no more. His power's not there anymore. I think he's going to struggle with them, Billy, you know? At the end of the day, man, I just want to talk about David Benavidez, to be honest, the Mexican monster, you know?
Tim Bradley has made strong statements targeting Canelo Alvarez, accusing him of avoiding a fight with David Benavidez. Bradley went as far as suggesting Canelo lacks the kind of courage expected at the elite level, adding that even his supporters would eventually have to acknowledge the criticism being thrown his way.
You know, come on, bro. You ain't had a balls to get in there and fight no damn Benavidez. And I know, come on, Canelo fans. Come on, Canelo fans. Bring it, for real. No, you didn't have the balls to get in there and fight Benavidez. You know, but you're going to go to his fight, right? Come on, stop. And get in the ring with Benavidez. It's the perfect time now. He's already blown up to 200 and something pounds now. Now you bring him back down, bring his ass back down to 168, Canelo, instead you want to...
Oscar de la Hoya has claimed there are deeper reasons behind why a fight between Canelo Alvarez and David Benavidez never came together. According to his comments, Canelo has repeatedly shifted the goalposts and avoided reaching the negotiation table, fueling more debate over why the matchup has still not been made official.
Go up there and fight the toughest challenges, because maybe you might be protecting your O, maybe you're never scared, but you just don't want to face certain fighters. And I believe, and people, we've heard it over and over and over again, Benavidez calling out Canelo. Why didn't Canelo want to fight Benavidez? You have to ask that to Canelo. I have my answer.
Well, what is it? You were trying to negotiate. You were trying to make that fight, right?
We couldn't get him to the table at all. Excuse after excuse.
Oscar de la Hoya has criticized Canelo Alvarez, saying he should be ashamed for avoiding a showdown with David Benavidez. He also claimed that not only Benavidez, but also Gilberto Ramirez has been chasing a fight with him. De la Hoya suggested that Canelo is steering clear of these high-risk matchups out of concern for his record, arguing that it is preventing fans from seeing the biggest fights in the division.
Canelo to fight, he didn't want to. That's the bottom line. There's nothing else I could say about it.
David Benavidez, fresh off a dominant win over Gilberto Ramirez, has claimed that he's being pushed toward moving up to cruiserweight because top names have continued to avoid him. He says he has repeatedly called out both Canelo Alvarez and Dimitri Bivol over time, but the fights never materialized. In a recent conversation with Stephen A. Smith, Benavidez didn't hold back, accusing them of ducking him and arguing that fans are being denied the biggest matchups in boxing.
Because you wanted this fight in this cruiserweight and add the 2 belts to your collection, more so that, or is it because of the amount of people that have been ducking you through the super middleweight division, light heavyweight, etc., etc.? Which one was it more?
Yeah, that's exactly why I went up to the cruiserweight division, because I had all these people ducking me. I was supposed to fight Dimitri Bivol for all the world titles at 170.
Behind the Mexican Monster label stands a fighter who, at just 29, remains fully locked in on boxing's biggest stage. David Benavidez has suggested that he's already positioning himself as the sport's new leading star, arguing that the era of Canelo Alvarez is beginning to fade. Benavidez claims that if a fight with Canelo doesn't happen, he's prepared to chase other elite names like Dimitri Bivol and Artur Beterbiev. He makes it clear that this isn't just confidence, it's a strong belief that he belongs at the very top, and he's determined to prove he's the true face of modern boxing.
A lot of confidence right now. 29 years old, I feel like I have the world in my hands. So I'm gonna take these challenges. That's the thing I want to show kids in boxing too, man. Everything is not 100%. These fights, and if Beterbiev, Bivol, even Sordo Ramirez, these are 50% fights. I mean, they're 50-50 fights. I believe in my heart I could beat them 100%. But on paper, they look very tough. So I believe in myself, what I want to show to young kids. If you believe in yourself, you train hard, you do what you're supposed to do, you could accomplish anything. And that's what I'm going to show. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to beat Sordo Ramirez. I'm going to go beat Bivol.
The confidence in David Benavidez is not just talk. His performances continue to back it up in the ring. Over the Cinco de Mayo weekend, his dominant showing once again sparked major reactions across the boxing world, with many believing he is forcing his way into the sport's top tier. One of the loudest voices was Tim Bradley, who argued that the performance highlighted why top names are hesitant to face him. He even suggested that fighters like Canelo Alvarez would struggle with his pressure, pointing out how Benavidez's size, output, and aggression overwhelm opponents and push them backwards from the opening bell.
Canelo, I know that. Whoa, shit. Hey, I wouldn't want to fight that motherfucker either, Canelo. Woo! Benavidez put on a hell of a performance last night. Ooh, damn, he beat the damn lipids out of that boy's ass, boy. Shit, hey, you fuel for bottomists and you watching this damn channel, you understand already. When a motherfucker got high cholesterol, oh, you know. Oh yeah, you take his blood out and you see it's all chunky and shit. You like, ooh, yeah, this motherfucker got high cholesterol. Oh yeah, his A1C is high as fuck, dude. Oh, this man got a problem. Oh, this woman got a problem. Boy, man, see how big Ramirez was last night? Shit, he was huge. I said, God, where is...
Tim Bradley is now demanding the world recognize David Benavidez as a complete fighter with real knockout power and elite-level skills. He praises his hand speed, sharp combinations, and non-stop pressure, calling him a serious threat to anyone in the division. Bradley also suggests that even fans of Canelo Alvarez may have to accept the idea that top fighters are avoiding real risks, as Benavidez continues to look more and more like a dominant force.
Why is he so damn big? He think he gonna overpower the monster? Man, that hand's speed and quickness, he hit his ass with. Brrr. I was like, oh, he is motorboating his motherfucking ass with these damn punches. Brrr. I was like, ooh, and he was putting them on his ass. Man, y'all remember that damn character from I don't know what the hell his name is from what was that shit called? Street Fighter. The one that kind of like standing still and electricity and shit. You know, I'm looking at Benavidez and I'm seeing like, I think it was like round like 4 or 5 and you know, he started to get a little gas and winded from letting them hands go. And I'm looking at him and he's taking it on the gloves and he blocking shit, making shit miss. Oh, he got some skills. Oh, he got them little baby skills, little man skills. Oh yeah, he do. He got skills. I don't want to hear shit. Benavidez.
As reactions continue to pour in, Wade Plemons has also praised David Benavidez, giving him major credit and calling him the fighter who completely bulldozed Gilberto Ramirez. In his view, Benavidez has shown total control over the division and has rarely been put under real pressure in any fight. True to his Mexican monster reputation, he has stood firm against every opponent in front of him. Plemons now describes him as the Domination Man, saying the label perfectly matches his performances. He also acknowledges that Dimitri Bivol is a real threat, but still believes Benavidez's ability to break opponents down makes him one of the most feared fighters in boxing today.
Pulled out the bulldozer and performed a demolition job on this man. They should call him now the Demolition Man. Although El Monstro is pretty fitting, we have now entered the Monstro era, folks. This is no longer David Benavidez is the most feared boogeyman from 168 to 200. He is starting to run the divisions from 168 to 200. And yes, I know Dimitri Bivol still exists. I know Jael Pataya still exists, but that man, David Benavidez, is the first man to win championships in those 3 divisions, 168, 175, and 200, and he does not look like he's in any.
Prior to the fight, there were concerns that David Benavidez would be the smaller man and that the weight difference could play a major role. But he ended up making it look far easier than expected. According to Wade Plemons, Benavidez once again backed up the hype and reminded fans why he's considered such a dangerous force. His high-volume punching, quick hands, and relentless pressure were on a completely different level compared to Gilberto Ramirez. True to his Mexican monster reputation, he controlled the fight from start to finish. It's also said that his past sparring experience helped him read Ramirez's style, allowing him to capitalize on openings with ease.
A cruiserweight matchup, you wanted to conserve some energy in those first couple of rounds, but it wasn't like he wasn't punching. He was still finding openings, and he said this before the fight, that Zordo and him had sparred over 200 rounds together, and that he saw openings even today that were present all the way back when they sparred, and he showed it. In close, where you would not think David Benavidez would be the best, especially at 168 when he was towering over guys, even at 175. At cruiserweight, at least in this matchup, Benavidez was the smaller man. And when they got in that phone booth, for whatever reason, Zordo wanted to be there. You know, Mexican fighters, they just enjoy the firefight. Benavidez was not only faster, he was more accurate by a wide margin, and he had more volume. The 3 tenets that you thought David Benavidez has to have.
With that performance, many of the biggest questions around David Benavidez have now been answered. Even as he continues calling for fights with Dimitri Bivol and Artur Beterbiev, analysts like Wade Plemons believe he is fully capable of stepping in with any elite name. Plemons argues that these fights are necessary, pointing to Benavidez's brutal hand speed, explosive output, and the way he broke down Gilberto Ramirez as proof of his level. He believes that seeing him overwhelm a strong opponent like that makes it clear he can compete at the very top, and in his view, Benavidez has already proven he belongs among boxing's elite.
Pressure, because when you did it at 168, you were chasing Canelo. When you did it at 175, you were chasing Bivol. When you do it at 200, now we're talking 3 weight classes, and sure, we still have Jael Pataya there, I get it. We still have Dimitri Bivol to go and potentially fight Artur Beterbiev at 175. There's still fights out there. The coronation is not yet over, but I'm telling you, watching him fight tonight, watching that hand speed at 200, undersized at 200, watching the violence once again be on display, watching him crumble a big cruiserweight in Zordo Ramirez, this convinced me. This is David Benavidez's era. I'm ready to call it right now. I want to see him, and I know Bivol's got something lined up, but I want to see him in Artur Beterbiev. I want to see him in Bivol. I want to see him in Jai Opetaia. Give me all those fights, and I know David Benavidez wants them. I know it. And that's why I want to.
Wade Plemons believes that if David Benavidez steps in against Artur Beterbiev, he could secure a relatively comfortable win, while also giving him strong chances against Dimitri Bivol. However, he sees one major challenge ahead, an eventual clash with Jai Opetaia. Due to complications in boxing promotions, the fight may not happen immediately, but he still views it as a future mega dash fight. In his projection, Benavidez could move up, defeat Bivol and Beterbiev first, then eventually return to cruiserweight to face Opetaia in a true elite-level test. His admiration for Benavidez's performances was clearly evident throughout his assessment.
Diaz goes down, back down to light heavyweight and fights Artur Beterbiev, Dimitri Bivol, then pops back up to cruiserweight and tries to take out Jai Opetaia. If everything goes well and he wins those fights, I think he beats Artur Beterbiev. Right now, I think he beats him. I think he's got a good shot versus Dimitri Bivol. Jai Opetaia, we'll see, because that's the fight if you're asking Wade selfishly, which fight would you pick right now for fear that we may never get it because of the Zuffa boxing thing? I would say line up Jai Opetaia right now, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I think it's gonna be Beterbiev, I think it's gonna be Bivol, and then I think somehow, some way, hopefully, they can get Jai Opetaia. But man, I can't tell you how much, I'm...
With David Benavidez making history and Canelo Alvarez facing fresh accusations of avoidance, the entire saga is getting a serious reality check. The boxing world is digging deeper, with experts questioning whether the weight difference narrative has been exaggerated regarding a potential fight between them. Back in 2021, the WBC approved Canelo's move to challenge Ilunga Makabu, a fight that never took place, but it has raised new questions about why a Benavidez bout never even reached proper negotiation. Critics point out that Makabu was also a significant size jump, yet that opportunity was considered. Now, some voices in boxing argue Canelo has been overly selective with opponents, while others maintain the situation is more complex and based on timing, risk, and career strategy rather than simple avoidance.
You wrote an article, this guy who's with Ring, this reporter, right, saying that Canelo got approval to fight Makbuk Air at cruiserweight. Now the world is calling for not Billy in Canelo, but David Benavidez in Canelo, and now they're saying, oh man, Canelo's just too small. But he was about to fight this big, the gods must be crazy African dude, this big-headed dude. Did we get him? It does smell like ish, doesn't it? Right? This is who Canelo, like nobody, mind you, nobody in the world wanted to see this fight, asked for this fight, and they had a whole WBC convention. You see the pictures, they're facing off. This guy is a cruiserweight. So look at his arms. I mean, obviously he's big, and he's bigger than Canelo. So it proves that Canelo is...
And that is where this heated debate stands. With David Benavidez rising fast, Canelo Alvarez under growing pressure, and the boxing world split down the middle, every performance, every accusation, and every missed opportunity is adding more fuel to a story that refuses to slow down. Now the big question remains, do you think Canelo avoided Benavidez, or is this all just boxing politics at play? Drop your thoughts in the comments.